Classic cult cinema family, what's up? Mario B back. We got one more to talk about. Sequels week this week. This one is Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood. 1996, directed by Gilbert Adler, who I had to look up. He mostly did just Tales from the Crypt stuff. He did a little bit of music videos, I think, but otherwise, yeah, not much going on there. So let's see. IMDb synopsis. A seedy private eye helps a televangelist employee whose brother vanished at a brothel. Yep, pretty much straight to the point. This movie really felt like I think it was supposed to be like a long episode of Tales from the Crypt. I remember going to see this movie with Cahill. I think it was we went and saw this, and then I think afterwards we went and saw Escape from L.A. I can't remember the order, but I'm pretty sure it was Bordello of Blood and then Escape from L.A. Always enjoyed this one. It's, it's not a great movie. It's enjoyable. I mean, a little different casting there with Dennis Miller as the lead. And probably there's some some good stories about him being an asshole. Surprise, surprise. On set and not getting along with everybody. But, so yeah, let's get to the notes I took while watching this movie. Hey, knock it off. So movie opens up, cool opening sequence. The little dude in the movie, he's been in a bunch of shit. Phil Fondacaro, go look him up. He's one of those guys. So at the beginning, the mummy sitting talking to the crypt keeper is William Sadler, aka Death from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I think he was in Demon Knight too. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, pretty cool. He's been in a lot of stuff. Good actor. Then they have the classic Tales from the Crypt opening. I always associated Tales from the Crypt with titties back in the day. It's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna record it because I might get to see some boobies and I might want to look at them again later. Hey, don't judge. Speaking of that, if you're a certain age, which I think we all are, and from a certain era, Erika Eleniak, the female lead in this movie, she probably had one of your favorite scenes growing up from the movie Under Siege. I don't need to say much more, but kind of might rival the scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Probably not quite as good, but if you know, you know. So let's see here. Corey Feldman, instantly did not care for him in this movie. He looks like he's in his late 40s here. I think he's supposed to be in his 20s, teenager maybe, I don't know, but yeah. Come look at my nuts. They're very nice. I don't remember who said that, but I wrote it down, so it was in the movie. Boobs! We had boobs. We got a lot of boobs in this movie. I guess with brothel being in the title, you're gonna get that. One of the vampire prostitutes asked, would you like to take the Skin Express to Tuna Town? Sure. This is a cruel setup, the whole deal. Get you all raring to go, and then they eat your heart out. Fucking bitches, man. Dennis Miller sighting, finally. His name is Rafe Gutman in this movie. So I looked up, and apparently he was a real asshole on set. Not surprising. He just basically didn't care. He thought this was above him. It was for the money. And I read, too, that him and Corey Feldman got in a verbal and physical altercation on set. I'd love to see that because that's probably hilarious. Dennis Miller looks at the picture of Feldman and goes, I should wear this on a locket. That made me laugh. There's a lot of good Dennis Miller lines in this movie. Dennis Miller, what an asshole, the next line. So there you go. When he's with Erika Eleniak in the office, and I think it's his ex-wife calls, and he's talking to her, he's got to go. He goes, gotta go, fuck you. That made me laugh too. And we get Chris Sarandon. Always nice when he shows up. Good actor, underrated. Always nice, him. I didn't even put together there was a vampire movie with him, so that was good. Good to see him. Hey, it's Phil Fondacaro again from the beginning of the movie. Remember that guy? When Dennis Miller's talking about Chris Sarandon's character, it's like, he just radiates a Christ-like glow, doesn't he? Another good line. When he goes to scope out the brothel, and the one chick takes him downstairs, and she takes off her shirt, and Dennis Miller says, "You're not going to believe this, but I almost wore that tonight." When he's when he's talking to the sheriff and he's eating soup or whatever, probably the best line in the movie, the one that made me laugh, has always made me laugh the most, is, "Hey, could you possibly get some of that fucking stew in your head?" Then he hands him something else and goes, "Try not to eat it, Mongo." I think it was the little nose ring thing. Another good Dennis Miller line. I'm going to float a weird Duchovnyan riff here. Corey Feldman, he looked even stupider as a vampire. I don't know, God, just something about this. He irritated me in this movie. Then we get Whoopi Goldberg for some reason. I guess she was a big thing in the 90s. So Angie Everhart, Lilith, she's a terrible actress. Like, I did not think she worked in this movie. She looked great, so I guess that's why they cast her. I think the Reverend JC, I think he had a boner when he was shooting all the vampires and they were melting. Looked like he was enjoying that a little too much. Yeah, and then I had in my notes here, so much like Joshua and Troll 2, I really wanted to punch Corey Feldman in the face every time he's on the screen. He just annoyed the hell out of me in this movie. I did not care for him at all. At the end, when they find out that to kill Lilith, they have to cut her heart into 4 pieces, basically. So they took her back to the set of the televangelical show, whatever the hell they had going on there in the church. And they point the Jesus laser, I don't know, I guess that's what we'll call it, shoots the big cross on her, and it basically puts a hole in her. But if it was that powerful, it would have killed both of them. So science. And fuck you, Rafe, was my last note. Apparently I was sick of Dennis Miller by the end of the movie, and I was happy that he died. So yeah, Bordello Blood, it's a good movie. It's enjoyable. I think as far as the Tales from the Crypt movie spinoffs, Demon Knight is probably a better movie. I remember it had a great soundtrack. It had Billy Zane, do with that what you will. And it was just more of a horror movie. This one is it's more of a comedy. And Dennis Miller is good. This is kind of a good movie for him because he's not supposed to be serious. But I got tired of him by the end of the movie. His shtick is kind of worn off at the end of the years. I had to look, and he didn't really do a whole lot after this. He was in Joe Dirt. Never saw it. Couldn't tell you. And most of the stuff he's in, he plays himself, or he does comedy specials. He does all political stuff. I did back then, but now he's all political and everything. So, yeah. And like I said, he was a big asshole on set and didn't get along with anybody. And him and Corey Feldman got in a fight, which I would love to see video of that. And it was interesting, too, that there was supposed to be another Tales from the Crypt movie made after this movie called Tales from the Crypt Presents Fat Tuesday, but it got canceled because this movie did so terribly and it didn't make any money, so they canceled that movie. It got sold to another studio and got made. I think it said it was called The Ritual, but I don't know what that is. So, but yeah, check this one out. If you got an hour and 20 minutes to kill and you want to see some titties and vampires and Dennis Miller chicanery, it's worth a look. I'll give it 1 toe. Can't go 1, can't go 2, can't go 2.5. So 1 toe on the toe scale. So yeah, this is Mario B signing out for Sequels Week. We'll be back next week with some more titles. I'm sure that will be classic, they'll be cult, and they'll definitely be cinema. Well, hopefully. So this is Mario B signing out from Wisconsin. Peace out.